leading it off. I'm sorry, Luke Rowland leading it off here for Mena. 2-0 count on Rowland. Jack Jeffers back on the mound. That ball hit hard into left field. Ground ball clears the infield for a base hit. Trip Hensley now the batter for Mena. And squares the bunt, pulls back, snap throw down to first. And strike called on the pitch. No balls and a strike is the count to Trip Hensley. And he squares the bunt again, pulls back, fouls it back into the screen. 0-2 now on Hensley. And that ball hit over the head of the shortstop into left field and turning the corner. And he's going to hold up. And back to the bag is Rowland. Trip Hensley with a double. And Mena in business here with runners at second and third. Cole Schlabel. And that pitch comes across just a little high. And that ball is going to be hit into center field. Brody Dow under it, tagging at third. Here comes the throw home, cut off, and got him at third. Runner out at third. One run comes home to score. Trip Hensley out at third. And the runner didn't tag up, so no runs across. All right, so the call is the runner did not tag up, and he's out on the throwback, so no runs across. A hit, a couple of hits, and I'll be honest with you, I don't even know how to score those as all outs, but an unconventional 3 up, 3 down, and we're headed to the bottom of the first inning, no score. All right, we're ready. Jack Jeffers leading it off here for Camden Fairview. Bottom of the first inning, no score. And that pitch comes across high. Drake Dollar on the mound for Mena. And that pitch in for a strike on the outside corner. A ball and a strike to Jack Jeffers here in game number 2, Camden Fairview versus Mena. And that one's going to come across. Breaking pitch comes across. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count to the Cardinal leadoff man, Jack Jeffers. And that one fouled off the catcher and the umpire, and Jeffers stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. And that one in the dirt away, and the count even 2-2. And the pitch going to be low, and the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Jeffers swings through that one. Actually fouled it off into the glove. On the 3rd strike, that is a strikeout for Jeffers, and Elijah Scantling in the box now for Camden Fairview. 1 away here in the bottom of the 1st inning. And that pitch in for a strike. And that ball finds the strike zone. Elijah in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. And that one's going to be low. A ball and 2 strikes to Elijah Scantling. And on the outside edge, Elijah goes down looking. And that brings Mariuzzi to the plate. And Utzi hits that one, bouncer over to second base, fielded, and the throw in time gets Utzi. Cardinals go down 1-2-3. Headed to the 2nd inning, no score. Colin McClure going to lead it off for Mena here in the top of the second inning. No score. Second game of the day for the Cardinals. Jack Jeffers still on the mound, and that pitch in for a strike. Ball and a strike to Colin McClure. And that pitch outside. Three-one count, and that pitch in for a strike. And that's going to be hit up the middle. Michael Betts charging. Throw in time for out number one. Drake Dollar now the batter for Mena. One away here in the second inning, no score. And that pitch not as high and inside as Drake Dollar made it look out to be. One ball, no strikes. And that one just off the outside edge of the plate. And the count 2 balls, no strikes. And that pitch in for a strike. 2-1. The count now to Drake Dollar. Grayson Farringer would be next for Mena. And that one in the dirt. 3-1. The count now to Drake Dollar. Three-one count. And Jeffers delivers that one outside, and Dollar going to go down to first on a walk. Grayson Farringer now the batter. And that pitch in for a strike. And that ball tapped to third, over second for the force, and throws high to first base. Farringer going to be safe. They get the force there at second. And 2 down now. Jaron Smith going to be the batter for Mena. Ball one there to Jaron Smith. And that pitch inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Jaron Smith. And that one fouled up and out of play over on the third base side. 2 balls and a strike to Jaron Smith. Mena with a runner at first base. 2 away. Jack Jeffers comes set, kicks, and the delivery swings through that one. And the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one high and away. Count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Jaron Smith. 2 away in the inning. Cardinals need this out right here. Runners going and swinging a miss for the strikeout. No runs on no hits, no errors. Well, 1 throwing error, I guess, there. And 1 left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the 2nd inning. No score. Peyton Schroeder going to lead it off for the Cardinals. Here in the 2nd inning, no score. Schroeder, Dow, Bostic due up in the inning. And first pitch outside to Schroeder for ball 1. And that one outside as well. And Schroeder ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. And that one high and away, and Schroeder ahead 3-0 now. And that one down the pipe. Schroeder taking all the way on that pitch, and the count 3 balls and a strike to Peyton Schroeder. And that one inside on the corner, and the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Schroeder hits that one up the middle, fielded by the shortstop over second base. Throw is Not in time. Runner beats the throw out. First baseman comes off the bag, and Schroeder gonna be safe at first base. Brody Dow, the batter now for the Cardinals. Schroeder at first base for the Cardinals. First pitch to Dow, swings, misses for strike one. And Dow hits that one into left field. That is down. And Dow going to be safe at first base. Drew Bostic to the plate now for the Cardinals. Runners at first and second base. And no outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Drew Bostic squares the bunt, pulls it back. First pitch misses, low and away. Drew again squared the bunt and pulls it back, and that one's going to be inside part of the plate there. Evens the count up, 1 ball and a strike. And bunts that one foul. A ball, 2 strikes to the Cardinal DH, Drew Bostic. And that ball in the dirt. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two count. No outs. Couple of runners for the Cardinals. Trying to move them around here. And Drew fouls that one off. And Drew Bostic, opposite field, in the air. That ball's going to be down. And coming around to score, Peyton Schroeder is in. Drew Bostic drives in a run there with a opposite field single. Jackson Wilson, the batter now for the Cardinals. No outs here, a 1-0 lead for Camden Fairview. Runners at the corners. And back pick there attempted by the catcher, Drew Bostic. Back in ahead of the throw. That pitch to Wilson off the plate, and a ball, no strikes, the count. Brody Dow at third base, Drew Bostic at first. That pitch in for a strike. Count even 1-1 now to Jackson Wilson. And that pitch in for a strike. A ball, 2 strikes, and pitcher steps off. Drew Bostic back to the bag. And that one outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count to Jackson Wilson. Cardinals with runners at the corners, no outs. Wilson 2-2 count. And that one's going to be low and away. And the count goes full to the Cardinal catcher, Jackson Wilson. Cardinals with opportunity here. Put some runs on the board early. 3-2 count. And that ball, he never touched first base. That one, Drew Bostic safe. Ball goes out into the outfield and never touched the base at first. He never touched the bag with the ball. All right, as it stands right now, bases are loaded with Cardinals, no outs. I do think they called him out at first, but Jackson Wilson still standing at the bag. The first baseman's foot was not touching the bag when he threw the ball, never did touch the bag when he threw the ball to second. Let's see if they get it right. All right, runner called safe. A run across. Cardinals have 2 runs now in the inning. All right, Cardinals 2-0 the score here, and Aiden Zimmerman, the batter. Runners at first and second. And I believe that's Aiden Evans going to be running for Jackson Wilson. And squares to bunt, lays it down, nice bunt, and nowhere to go with it. Aiden Zimmerman lays down perfection there, and that loads the bases. Chris Randall, the batter now for the Cardinals, no outs. And that one high and away. And Randall swings through that one. That one's going to be up and out. And the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. And that one in. 4 strike evens the count up to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Randall hits that one, fielded by the second baseman, and he had trouble, beats it out. Chris Randall safe at first base. Drew Bostic comes home to score. And Jack Jeffers back to the bag for the Cardinals. And they're going to have a discussion on the mound. We're going All right, bases full of Cardinals. Jack Jeffers at the plate. Chris Randall, first base. Aiden Zimmerman down at second. Aiden Evans at third base. And first pitch to Jack Jeffers. Misses outside for ball 1. And that one upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes to Jack Jeffers. And Jeffers hits that one in the air, right field, and caught there by the right fielder. Runner's tag, and Jack Jeffers with a sac fly brings home a run. One away now. And Elijah Scantling. Elijah Scantling, the batter now for the Cardinals. 4-0 Cardinal lead. Runners at the corners. And that one in the dirt, ball past the catcher. Runner coming home, and Aiden Zimmerman slides in head first. Chris Randall moves down to second base. And with one out in the inning, Cardinals lead it 5-0. One ball, no strike count to Elijah Scantling. And that pitch outside, Elijah checks up on his swing, and the count 2 balls, no strikes. Game number 2 in a row for the Cardinals today. Elijah hits that one foul. Over on the third base side, it was close. Third baseman fielded it just over the line. 2 balls and a strike to count. And that pitch in for a strike. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Elijah Scantling. Mariuzzi on deck for the Cardinals. And pitcher steps off, no throw. Chris Randall back to second base. Elijah Scantling 2-2 is the count, 1 away. And that's going to stay high in the count, 3 balls, 2 strikes to the Cardinals second baseman Elijah Scantling. And fouls that one back into the glove for out number 2. Mariuzzi now the batter for the Cardinals. 2 outs and a runner at second base for Mariuzzi. Cardinals with a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. And that's he fouls first pitch off. And throw goes out into center field. Nobody covering, and Chris Randall goes down to third base. No balls and a strike to Mariuzzi. Chris Randall 90 feet away from scoring another Cardinal run. Let's see if Mariuzzi can bring him home. That pitch in for a strike. Utzi down 0-2 now to Drake Dollar. And that one's going to stay up. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Mariuzzi. Peyton Schroeder back up if Utsi can get a board here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. And Utsi hits that one back into the fence. Count remains a ball, 2 strikes to Mari Utsi. And Utsi hits that one in the air, left field, and out of play. All the way to the corner. Opposite field. He straightens that out a little bit, and that's a trip around the bases. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Runner at third base, Chris Randall, 2 outs. 5-0 Cardinal lead, trying to bring Randall home here. And he hits that one hard up the middle, and that's going to score Chris Randall. And Peyton Schroeder led it off for the Cardinals in this inning, back to the plate. Two away now. Peyton Schroeder with a hit to lead us off in the inning. And that pitch outside, runner goes, and Mariuzzi slides in ahead of the tag. And that pitch called strike. We'll leave it at that. A ball and a strike to Peyton Schroeder. And that pitch going to be a strike on the inside. Comes across the plate from left to right. And about the best looking strike I've seen Dollar throw today. He gets those going. The Cardinal hitters may be in trouble. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. And Schroeder fouls that one up out of play. A ball, 2 strikes to Schroeder. Mariuzzi at second base, trying to find his way home here. And that one's outside. Count, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Peyton Schroeder. Brody Dow on deck. Drew Bostic would be next if Dow could get aboard. And that one's outside. And the count's full, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Peyton Schroeder. Wind blowing in now from, well, now it's back across the field. It's really swirled here a little bit in the last few minutes. And that's outside. Peyton Schroeder's going to draw a walk. Brody Dow back to the plate. All right, two away. Peyton Schroeder at first. Mariuzzi at second. Brody Dow at the plate for the Cardinals. And that pitch is going to be low. And Brody hits that one off the handle, foul over to the first base dugout, and the count even, 1-1 strike. Base hit here will score another Cardinal run if Brody Dow can put it in play here for the Cardinals. A 1-1 count, two away, 6-0 Cardinal lead here in the bottom of the second inning. And that one stays high. Dow lays off, and the count goes to 2-1 strike. And Dow hits that one up and out of play. Two balls, two strikes, the count, two outs here. And Dow swings through that one for strike three. Cardinals put six, bat 11. They had 6 hits, 6 runs on 6 hits. Bat 11, we're headed to the third inning. Cardinals lead at 6-0. All right, Braden Barton going to lead it off for Mena here in the third. Chris Randall on the mound now for the Cardinals. First pitch from Randall high for ball number one. Braden Barton, Baden Garrett, and back to Luke Rowland and due up in the inning for Mena. That pitch in the dirt on the inside part of the plate. Two balls and no strikes. The count. And that pitch just a little outside. And the count goes to 3-0. And that one stays high. Leadoff walk there for Braden Barton gets Mena started here in the third inning. Baden Garrett, the hitter now for Mena. No outs, and they've got a runner at first base. And there's a strike down on the inside half the plate. No balls, a strike to Baden Garrett. And Garrett going to square the bunt. Infield comes in, pulls back, and going to hit that one into shallow right field. And that's a base hit for Garrett. Shallow right field moves Baden Barton around and going to bring Luke Rowland back to the plate. Luke Rowland, the batter. And Rowland squares to bunt, and he pulls back. A ball, no strikes to Luke Rowland. Runners first and second base for Mena. They are flirting with a little small ball here. He's going to square and bunt, and that pitch up and got him at third. Oh, wow. I don't know how he didn't. Runners move up on the pass ball. It looked like Barton was out at third base. No outs. And a 2-0 count on Luke Rowland. And that ball in the dirt bounces over the catcher's head here on this turf. And Todd Schroeder going to ask for time, go out and have a talk with Chris Randall. All right, I think we got the sound back. Bases loaded, no outs, and swing, big swing there for Trip Hensley. Cardinals trying to get out of a mess here. They've got a 6-0 lead, but that could be a Ray Jackson Wilson. One is the count. Chris Randall looks in, gets the sign, and that pitch close. And the count, 2 balls and a strike. We'll try this again. Cardinals need a triple play to get out of the inning. Let's get it right here. And that one's high in the count, 3 balls and a strike to Trip Hensley. Three-one count. Chris Randall looks in, and he's going to come to the plate. And that pitch in for a strike. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. And that pitch in the dirt, and that's going to bring home a run for Mena on the walk. All right, pitch and change for the All right, Charlie Lewis on the mound now for the Cardinals. No outs, and Charlie inheriting a mess here. Bases are loaded, no outs, one run across now for Mena. First pitch, swing and a miss there, and 1-0 is, or no balls and a strike, the count. To Cole Schlabel, and Lewis looks in, steps off. And that one's going to be hit foul. Out of play, Charlie Lewis up in the count, no balls and two strikes. And that one fouled off out of play. Mm. Fouled it. And the count, no balls, two strikes. And that ball hit Michael Betts. Gets one. All right, one away. Runners now at the corners. And that pitch in for a strike. And that one's going to be hit on the ground. Fielded there by Elijah. Got the force out at second. And another run comes across. All right, Jake Dollar, or Drake Dollar, the batter, two away, and one runner at first base. They have three runs now. And that again hit. Elijah Scantling fields it and over to first base for the out. A hit, two runs, and Mena back in this thing 6-3. All right, 6-3 the score here. Headed to the bottom of the third inning, leading it off for the Cardinals, the DH, Drew Bostic. Drew with an opposite field hit, RBI back in the second inning. First pitch misses outside, and the count a ball, no strikes. And Drew smokes that one down the third base line, foul. Count even a ball and a strike to Drew Bostic. All right, not sure. Pitcher may have got stung on the head by something, but he's ready to go. 1-1 count, and that one bounces out in front of the plate, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. And that one misses in the count 3-1. And Drew fights that one off, fouls it back. And fouls that one back into the glove for strike 3. Jackson Wilson, the batter now for the Cardinals. And that pitch high and inside. And fouled back into the net. 1-1 count, one away here. Bottom of the third inning, Cardinals lead. The Mena, I believe, are Wildcats, maybe 6-3. And Wilson hits that one. And that one, ground rule double, bounced the fence for Jackson Wilson. Aiden Zimmerman now the batter. Cardinals with a base runner for the catcher. I believe that's Aiden Evans in for Jackson Wilson, courtesy run in there. One away, Cardinals in business, and Aiden Zimmerman hits it. No balls, a strike to Aiden Zimmerman. 6-3 Cardinal lead. And Zimmerman hits that one in the air. Foul, third baseman over makes the catch. And Lewis hits that one foul down. And that one hits Lewis, and he's going to go down on the hit by a pitch. And back to Jack Jeffus at the plate. And courtesy runner going to be Chambers coming in to run for the pitcher. All right, Jack Jeffus. Runners at first and second. And Jeffus hits that one. Third baseman grabs it and over to first for the out. Cardinals leave a couple stranded. They get a hit, no runs. We're headed to the fourth inning, 6-3 Cardinals. Grayson Farringer leading it off for Mena. And swings through that first pitch from Charlie Lewis for strike one. 6-3 Cardinal lead here, top of the fourth inning. Farringer, Smith, Barton due up for the Mena Ball Club. And that one in for strike two. And that one fouled back into the net. That pitch off the plate. And the count, a ball and two strikes. And that one fouled back. A ball and two strikes remains the count to Grayson Farringer. And Farringer goes down on strikes. Jaron Smith now the batter. No balls and a strike. Jaron Smith, that one outside, evens the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Two balls and a strike. Jaron Smith, the batter. One away here in the fourth inning. And hits that one in the air, left field, drifting over, foul on the line, makes the catch for the out, Aiden Zimmerman. And two away here in the fourth inning. Braden Barton now up for Mena. And first pitch in for a strike. Mena is the Bearcats, not the Wildcats. They're a Bearcat. No balls and a strike. The count. And he swings through that one late. And the count. No balls, two strikes. Two away now for Charlie Lewis. And down looking goes Braden Barton for strike three and out number three. 3 up, 3 down. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth. It is 6-3 Camden Fairview. Elijah Scantling to lead it off for the Cardinals here. And Elijah hits that one into left field, and he's under it before he catches hard hit baseball. Just one of those Adam balls. Mariuzzi, the batter now for the Cardinals. One away. In the bottom of the fourth, Camden Fairview with a 6-3 lead. And that pitch is going to be in the dirt. And definitely not you, Mark. Back to the wall there. A ball and no strikes. The count to Mariuzzi, one away here. 6-3 Cardinal lead in the fourth inning. And that one's going to stay up. Peyton Schroeder to follow. Brody Dow would be next. And he hits that one off the end of the bat. Fielded there by the second baseman. Throw over to first in time for out number 2. Two down now for Peyton Schroeder. And that one in the dirt. A ball, no strikes to Peyton Schroeder. And that pitch into Schroeder for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And that one on the outside. And the count, 2 balls and a strike to Schroeder. Two-one pitch on the way. And that one's in there for a strike. 6-3 Cardinal lead here in the fourth. Schroeder trying to really get things started for the Cardinals here in the fourth inning. Time called. And Schroeder fouls that one. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Peyton Schroeder. Beautiful day for baseball. Wind blowing in the mid to upper 80s here. Few little old white puffy clouds in the sky, but a good day for baseball. Cardinals with a 6-3 lead, trying to hang on for a second win in the day here. And the count's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that one hit up in the air and way up there. Shortstop out behind second base makes the catch. And the Cardinals go up, 3 down here in the fourth. Headed to the fifth inning. It is 6-3 Camden Fairview over And swings at the first pitch. Fouled out of play there is Baden Garrett. And bounces that one up the middle. Elijah Scantling with the ball. And in time, got him. Oh, safe. Dropped the ball. Well, they did get him. They did get him out on the play. All right, one away. Well, Luke Rowland, the batter for the Bearcats. And he hits that one down the line. And he's going to be held up at second base. Hard hit ball down the third base line to the wall. And that brings Trip Hensley to the plate. And that one stays way up. One ball, no strikes to Trip Hensley. And that one stays just a little high. Good looking pitch. Just a tad bit high. The count, 2 balls, no strikes. One away runner at second. And that one fouled back out of play. The count, 2 balls and a strike. Charlie Lewis feels the pop up there between first and the pitcher's mound, and that's 2 down. Cole Swabble, the batter now. Luke Rowland down to third base. Good job there by Jackson Wilson keeping the ball out front. And that pitch in for a strike. A ball and a strike to count. 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. 6-3 Cardinal lead. And Charlie Lewis on the mound with a 1-1 count. And nice pitch. Just must have been a little high. 2 balls and a strike to count. And comes back with that one. Just missed at the knees, and the count is 3-1. And that one is low, and that's ball 4. Runners at the corners now, and Colin McClure, the batter for the Bearcats. That one inside. Looks like Jackson Wilson, Charlie Lewis might have been a little crossed up there. Wilson snags it there from the inside, keeps it from going to the backstop. A ball, no strikes. The count 2 away. Cardinals just need an out here. And snap throw down to third base. Not in time. That one outside, and Charlie Lewis behind 3-0 now. To Colin McClure, Drake Dollar would follow McClure here if the Cardinals can't get the out. And that one down the pipe, and another throw down to third. 3-1 the count, 2 away. And that one misses, and another walk issued there by Charlie Lewis loads the bases. For Drake Dollar, Todd Schroeder going to go out for a visit. Drake Dollar, the batter for Mena. Bases are loaded. 2 outs. And that one fouled back into the catcher. Audio back. Farringer swung. Two balls and a strike to Brody Dow. That one up and out of play. Drew Bostic on deck for the Cardinals. And swings through that one. Four, strike three, and out number one. Drew Bostic now the batter for the Cardinals. See if Drew can get it going for us here in the fifth inning. And that one inside. One ball, no strikes. The count 6-4. The Cardinal lead here in the fifth inning. The count, a ball and a strike. And Drew off the end of the bat, fouled it over into the adjacent field. A ball and two strikes. And hard hit over to shortstop, kind of died in the, over to third base, kind of died in the turf. And there's two away in the inning. Jackson Wilson, the batter now for the Cardinals. And off the end of the bat, opposite field, and it might be trouble, and it is. And fair ball. Jackson Wilson safe at first base. And going to have a courtesy runner for Jackson Wilson. Aiden Evans going to run for Jackson Wilson. Trip Hensley on the mound now for Mena. Cardinals holding on to a 6-4 lead here. All right, the phone rang, kicked me out again, and that pitch to Aiden Zimmerman inside. It's 3 balls, no strikes. Aiden Evans at second base, 2 outs. And that one hits Zimmerman, and Charlie Lewis, the batter now for the Cardinals. Jack Jeffus on deck if Lewis gets aboard. And Cardinals with runners at first and second base. And that one inside. And that one outside in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. And that one hits Lewis, and that's going to load the bases for the Cardinals. And Jack Jeffers going to have a courtesy runner for Charlie Lewis. Going to be Chambers back out there for Charlie Lewis. Jack Jeffers, top of the lineup for the Cardinals. At the plate with the bases full of Cardinals. He swings first pitch out of play over on the right side. Cardinals love to get a couple of insurance runs here. They've got the bases full. Cash in on the opportunity here. And that one's going to be low and away. Count even at a ball and a strike. And Jeff is going to hit that one right at the shortstop. He moves over, makes the catch for the out. Cardinals leave the bases loaded. That's tough. We're headed to the bottom of the fifth inning. Cardinals with a 6-4 lead. Peyton Schroeder on the mound for the Cardinals. And number 25 going to be the batter for, 29. And that pitch in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to number 29. And guys, if I scroll over on my phone, it's going to kick me out. And he swings through that one for strike number 2. And Schroeder gets the strikeout. The number 23, Braden Barton, now the batter for Mena. And kind of called. And that one just a little inside. Schroeder steps off. And that one in for a strike, and the count, a ball and a strike to Braden Barton. And that one hit back to Schroeder and over to Aiden Zimmerman for the out. And the 1-3 put out there. 2 down, and Baden Garrett, the batter. All right, 2 away. Peyton Schroeder on the mound for the Cardinals for the first time this year. And misses just off the inside corner. And that one down the pipe. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike to Baden Garrett. And Schroeder one ball, 2 strikes. Good looking pitch there from Peyton Schroeder. And just missed. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Here's the pitch from Schroeder. And that one's up and away, and the count full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count, 2 outs. Schroeder looks in, has got the sign, kick, and delivers, and that's going to freeze him, and he got him. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Schroeder. And 1-2-3 inning there. Cardinals ahead 6-4. Well, that's the ball game. Cardinals win a pair today, 6-4 here in the final game over